Well, thank you for joining me. I am the leader of the PAC, the Adventures of the Filipino American Couple, my wife and I's channel. If you're new to us, please make sure you subscribe. Go watch some of our outstanding videos. But for today, give us a like, make a comment, all of that good stuff. So, get 5 million hats out of the way here. We won't get too excited for a little bit. We'll let people kind of get in here, and then we'll get it rolling and strolling like always. But I got some work to do while I wait, so you guys just hang in there. Hello, how are you? How are you? Lala, good to see ya. Good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up, all of that. How are you today? What's going on in your world? Thank you for that. What's going on in your world? We can talk about anything in my live streams. Got questions about anything? Good thoughts, bad thoughts? I am well known for having answers to questions. So it's one of my specialties, I guess. So I've been told. It's kind of hot outside, so I'm sitting in my office today, everybody. It's a little hot. And I'm going to try to go on my bike ride later tonight, about 9-ish when it starts to cool off here. So I wanted to come on a little bit early, get some of this going. I got to work. My wife wants to go on a trip, and we're trying to debate which and how and all of that. So I'm kind of working on that a little bit today. So as we sit here and we talk, I'm going to be trying to figure out some financial stuff for a trip that we're going to try to go on, but we don't know which one we're going to go on yet. So the leader of the Wallet Tribe is at work, Dennis, I don't quite know how this works, but my wallet, seems to wind up like this, She wanted some new shirts, and she was going to take it out of her money, right? But somehow, it didn't come out of her money. So, I don't know, Dennis. But she's off at work today. Today's Monday. So, we'll get her out there a little bit. Oh, my goodness gracious. But, I kind of feel bad because, we don't get to live the dream that we want. We kind of just got to deal with life the way it is. And I know that's the way everybody is. Liam, Gone Global, good to see you. How are you? So, I don't know. By the way, I got a new shirt today. If you guys didn't see the headlines. Brand new shirt. If anybody can guess, it's for everybody. And thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way, in the comments. But if anybody can guess how much this shirt costs, I'm going to send you an autographed picture of myself to an address of your choosing in America. Doing pretty good. Learn with Cool Kid. I'm doing good, buddy. Doing good. What do I think of him? I don't know. Is there something I should think of him? You want me to check out his channel? I can check out his channel. If you want me to. Learn with the Cool Kid, I don't think that's how you donate money to the channel, my friend, but here, let me pull up and get into, where am I? First world problems. I'm at that point where I'm in a first world problem situation. But if anybody can guess how much my beautiful new shirt was, I don't have proof of it because I threw the tag away, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. You're saying $12.99 is all my shirt costs? Woohoo! It only looks like a $13 shirt? Wow. Wow. Only a $13 shirt? I thought it looks, it's a real tropical shirt, you know. It's one of the big name brand shirts. $13. I think my feelings are hurt. Only $13? Oh my goodness. Let's see, you wanted me to look at that channel? Let me see if I can pull it up. No. Oh, here it is. I have to go over here. Let me go over here. Grumpy's in the house. How you doing, crazy fella? Glad you're good day. Yeah, we're having a good. Yes, your shirt is very Florida vibes. I hope your day goes good. Yeah. Well, you know, I have over 200 tropical shirts. Now, I don't wear them all because, you know, they're from all different sizes. But got this one brand new just yesterday. The wife wanted to go shopping for herself. So she bought like 25 pieces and I bought one. So, but that's all right. Let me see here. But thank you for coming in. Thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. We appreciate that. I want to know what's going on in your world. How can I solve your problems? What can we do for you? What can we help with? So, James, how is everybody? James, everybody's doing good. James from Scotland. Scotland, great to have you in the house. Thank you for the thumbs up, the shout out, all of that good stuff, you know. Learn with the cool kid says, I don't know, I will be embarrassed. That's all right. Embarrassment on my channel is acceptable. All right, Liam Gone Global. I'll give you a shout out. You got about 2,000 subscribers. I tell you what I will do. It looks like a good channel. I will go and subscribe to your channel a little bit later, but I'm going to do it the right way. Meaning I'm going to go watch a video or two, make a comment or two, give a thumbs up, and then subscribe to your channel, all right? No, it doesn't. I love cuckoo clocks. I got to admit, I love it. This one's a dirty inside. I need to go ahead and take the mechanism out of it. And I've saw some YouTube videos of it. And so I need to kind of take the mechanism out and wash it because it's dirty and gunked up. I got it used, but my dream is to have a brand new real one. This is a real one, but it's going to be one of the lower price real ones. But my dream is to have, you know, one from Germany or Switzerland, you know, a really nice one. But to get them here, they're just expensive. Learn with the cool kid. I like that clock behind you. Thank you. Thank you. Viz, my sister said you're hot. She's 22. Well, we'll tell her thank you. I appreciate that. You know, you never turn down a compliment in life. I will tell you, you know, as an old guy who taught college for 25 years and kind of grew up in a professional environment, working for the government and politicians and all kinds of other stuff that I did, right? One thing I had to learn, and this is a tip for all of you guys, never reject or turn down a compliment. So if somebody says something like, hey, you know, I really like your hat. It took me a long time to say, well, you know, it's just a hat, you know, it's no big deal. Well, it took me a long time, maturity-wise, to go, oh, well, thank you, and leave it at that. So when people compliment you on anything, just say, oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Don't downgrade yourself or the compliment, okay? And you may ask, well, what does it matter? Well, it matters not only to you personally, because you're getting the compliment, but it also matters to the person giving the compliment. Because the person giving the compliment, you know, it's sincere. So when you downgrade their compliment to you, it makes them feel like they did something wrong. So, and that's not a good thing. You want to build people up, not tear them down. 12, woohoo! Give me some more thumbs up, everybody. Zoe Clark. from Scotland. Hey, we got a couple of Scotlanders in the house. Good to see y'all. How's things going in Scotland? I know our president is over in your part of the world, or was over in your part of the world. So I hope everything's going good over there. So Scotland is definitely on our bucket list to go visit. It really is. I don't know when we would get there. You know, today we're talking about going on a European cruise or a Mediterranean cruise or another cruise out of Florida to like the Cayman Islands. So it's something I'm kind of working on. My wife wants to go to Europe really bad, but I don't want to go over there when it's cold weather in a few months. So, Bobby is asking, do I know anything about Area 51? Yeah, I actually do know a tiny bit about it. I do. How do you? What do you know about it? And thank you all for the hearts and the thumbs up. Great bedtime here, beautiful. Yeah, I would. My heritage is German, but I've always admired, or from pictures, how green and lush it is. I really would look forward to seeing that. So I'm excited about it. I just don't know. You know, we're not rich people by any stretch. We would travel a lot more if we could. Trust me, we really would. But you know, traveling's expensive and it's hard, and we're trying to put the money together to go on a fall trip because it's our wedding anniversary in a few months. And so we're kind of doing that. We're working on that. And I'm trying to figure out our travel budget and everything for that. By the way, for all you new folks in the house, thank y'all for joining, subscribing. I do have a brand new shirt today. If anybody can guess how much I paid for this shirt, you'll have to take my word on it because I threw the tag away. You're going to get an autographed picture of myself. How's that? Just double tap your screen. I don't even know how to double tap anything, man. I am so, not good with stuff. Make sure I didn't. Let me get back over. Let me make sure I'm not missing any comments. So I do got the comments, but just so you know, if I'm looking over here a little bit, I'm not paying attention to you, but I got your comments blowing up over here so I can read them a little bit easier. All right. Let's see where we're at. All right, Area 51, yes. Oh, wow, my late fiance was obsessed with Area 51. Interesting. What about Area 52? I only know stories from the internet. Bulgaria is very, very far away. Yes, it is very, very, very far away. You're right about that. $45, $25. Okay, you guys are getting, you're getting some good guesses, but you're not there. I'll tell you a secret. It is a name brand, like a Tommy Bahama shirt. But it was well under $100. So I'm going to give you your parameters. It was from $1 to $50. That'll make it easier. You only got, you only missed 49 times, right? Area 52, hopefully, is where he is. Who are you referencing? $30? Nice. Yeah, because now I think there's an Area 52. Well, I know there's an Area 52. But there's always, even in probably your own country, there's an Area B. There's always a place where people try to secretly do stuff. Lord Cat is back in the house with the same thing he said yesterday or Sunday or Saturday. My late fiance, oh, I got you. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you now. All right. Well, maybe, you don't know. We have a lot of friends that believe in extraterrestrials and a lot of friends that believe in a fourth and fifth and sixth dimension and all kinds of different things. So I'm with you. It's all right. I'm 33, just plain old money. Bobby, you look like a guy who worked on Project Blue Book. Well, I would love to. I do have a science background. I do have a very logical mind, I think. I think I'm the type of human that can call bullshit when he sees bullshit. So, yeah, I would like to. But remember, subscribe to our channel to help us grow. I would be happy to do it. And I don't think anything ought to be top secret. I'm one of these people that I don't believe things should be top secret. I think if there truly are extraterrestrials among us, I believe the human race could handle it. I found my late Feinstein's journals and he was assessed. Oh, wow. What did he think? In a nutshell, what did he think they were doing? Do you think that we had alien craft? That we had extraterrestrials? You know, what did he think? Did he think the Roswell incident was accurate? And they actually did have a few dead alien babies or small aliens or whatever you want to call them. $29.99, $28.99? No. Oh, and by the way, no, you're not even close. Well, I'm going to help you a little bit further because I'm really proud of how much the shirt costs because, yeah, but man, look how good it looks with my hat. See, you got to style and profile. For all you young people out there, there's nothing with styling and profiling and looking good, matching your stuff. But, oh, no, let me throw out my e-begging. I always e-beg. Dennis, $13.99. You're not even close, Dennis. You'll like it. You'll like it, Dennis. You'll like the price. So here's my e-beg. Remember, I am e-begging for $5 million to buy my wife a house. So if anybody has an extra $5 million, like Mr. Beast or Donald or Elon or any of you guys out there in the audience that doesn't need $5 million, I could use it so I could buy my wife a house. Just want to throw that out there. Hey, it's Butch and Lucy, buddy. How are you guys? Hope you're doing well. We are, man. We're doing great. How are you been? I haven't seen you guys in a while. How have you been, Butch and Lucy? I hope you guys are doing good. Hope the summer's not been too bad. Bees by the summer. Can you say Elena and Delilah, please, and shout out? Sure, I just did. Shout out to them. Are they probably your girlfriends? You have multiple girlfriends? Is that what's going on? So there's two girls you want people to recognize because, you know, you're kind of dating both of them at the same time. $9.99, you're getting closer. You're getting closer. You know, because you got to remember, I'm a cheapskate. Wow, huge. He thought a lot, absolutely believe in more. He said there is no way, everything in the universe. I just wish got to find out more after life. Well, I'm going to tell you what I believe about aliens or extraterrestrials, because to me, aliens are illegals. Extraterrestrials are definitely, here, look, there's a great big world you could talk about when it comes to this. And I will tell you that there's no way that the human race is the only living creature in the universe. There's no way that we're the only. Now, we're just not. But what you have to understand is our definition of a living organism, like a horse or a cow or me, can be totally different in other parts of the universe. So there are definitely life forms that we have no clue about all over the universe, is what I think. Oh, we were best friends. Uh-huh. Well, all right. Well, just, sometimes when you're shouting out a couple chicks, it's a little bit more than friends. Because otherwise, why would you want to say hi to them if you didn't have that little woo-hoo on them, Let me get caught up. Sorry, guys. I think you're a very interesting chap. You guys are best friends. I love haters. Haters I love. Bring them on. They're not going to affect me, and if they get nasty, I just kill them. Because we do have a few rules on this channel, just so everybody knows, if you knew. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for super chatting. All of that. We don't care what religion you are. We don't care what religion you are not. We don't care what race you are. We don't care what language you speak. We don't care what country you're from. Everybody is welcome, period. What we don't do is we don't talk about little children in bad ways, period. Okay, we don't do that. And we don't criticize. We can ask questions and have a deep conversation, but we're not going to call people names. And other than that, the channel is pretty much wide open to whatever we want to talk about. Butch says, doing great, just working on going vacation, staying home, but doing things at the park. Carnation, Carnation Festival. I like flowers. Working on vacation. Where are you going to go on vacation? Lorelai and I are working on that too, Butch. Lorelai wants to go to a European cruise, but by the time we do it in the fall, it's going to be too damn cold over there. So I've been thinking about just going out of like down to the Cayman Islands in Jamaica in October. So we've been to Alabama once. We hope to move to Alabama. So I don't know. What do you guys? Where should I go for a vacation? My wife wants to go to a different country. She's bored of America. She says, America's stinky. Let's go to a new country. We would be ignorant to think, boy, you got that right. I mean, if you think that the planet Earth is the only thing that has living, and we just can't define things. That's the problem. You know, what we want to do is define things on how we see them. But what we have to understand is we're idiots. You know, we're small. We're just a gnat. So, yes, Hulk Hogan passed away, you know, sadly. But I did a little bit of talk about him the other day. I will tell people that I'm really shocked, to be honest, and this is not to disrespect him, that he lived to be 71 years old. When you do that many drugs, that many steroids, and you're that hard on your body, he's a miracle that he lasted to be 71. And I think he in his later years, he kind of got his crap together, and I think he was trying to be a better human being in his later years, which is really good. I think he was a great entertainer. A lot of fun to watch when I was a youngster, because he's definitely way older than me. But yes, he has passed away. Huh, something down there. Butch says, oh, your hometown? Okay, all right. Well, my wife wants to go on a vacation. So that's why, I'm e-begging, I guess, for my $5 million. All right, so here, I'm going to show you a comment because I want to talk about it. So here, Destroyer23, he's one of our little trolls, and he wants me to say a bad word, and I won't do it because, one, it's disrespectful, and two, you can't pay me enough to be your bitch. You know, that's just how it is on this channel. I run this channel. I do what I want to do. And it makes me, but I want to tell everybody, I want to talk about you. Because it's kind of sad that there's people like you who think it's entertaining to make fun of somebody's race, whether you're white, black, purple, green, or yellow. You know, it's sad that we have people like you. Now, people like you, I'll tell everybody in the chat to listen up. People like Destroyer is one of these people that are cowards. So he would never walk up to your face or my face and say anything, because he knows he'd get the jack shit slapped out of him, right? So he doesn't got big enough balls to get away from being a keyboard warrior and go confront people. So that's why he does it like this, because he's a little man with a little thingy, and he's a keyboard warrior. So I just thought I'd share that with you. I'm still shook hard about it. Yeah, that was crazy too, right? Step 6 is coming over tonight. Kevin, nice to have you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the stuff. Grumpy. Good for you. You set them straight. Well, yeah, I like to torture trolls because trolls are garbage. But it's all right. It's all part of the thing. Race baiting. Yes. And I don't care. I'm in the Philippines. You're Filipino. Chicken tasty. You like, we just had Jollibee in Dallas, Texas a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to do my top 5 foods on a short YouTube short. So I'm going to list my 5 top Filipino foods one of these days. So good to have you here. Thank you all for thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. Yep, slap the trip out of him, Kevin. Oh my God, Kevin. My stepsister's coming over. All right, well, I hope you enjoy time with family, It does. We've lived in the Philippines and been there quite a few times. And I will say it definitely tastes better in the Philippines. There's a lot of things we don't miss about the Philippines, like all the flooding that just happened, the traffic, the noise, the pollution. But the food is not one of them. The food is something that we truly do miss. The Jollibees and Chow King. I love the empanadas at Chow King. So I ate a lot of those. Oh, that's a good one, baby. Let's see. Wants to know if I would rather eat a dolphin steak or a manatee steak. All right, I got an answer for that, believe it or not. I would rather eat dolphin because, one, I've had dolphins, when I've been deep sea fishing, I've had dolphins swim up and eat my fish that I caught. So I'm okay with eating them. Never had a manatee, who's a cow, basically a vegetarian in the water, come over and steal the fish from me. So I would eat the damn dolphin, teach him a lesson. Tony Crawley, I'm doing good. Tony, how are you? It's good. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing, thumbs upping, all of that good stuff. It's good to have you. Does anybody have a YouTube channel that you want me to shout out and to recognize? I'm happy to do that. If you got a channel, let me know, and I'll track you down on my live stream later on, and I'll come back and subscribe to you, all right? But you need to let me know if you have a channel or not. So, but I'm glad you're here. We always like having decent people in the chat, besides me. Grumpy says, I am Canadian. Philippines would be awesome. Yeah, Dennis, our good friend Dennis is Canadian also. Street food in the Philippines is so good. Yes. I don't know about street food because I'm always afraid of food poisoning. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. Well, all right, that's all right. I'm happy for you. Hi from South Korea. We love Korea. Love Korean food. Korean food is probably my tied second. Japanese food is my favorite, my best. I like Japanese. It's pretty, it's clean, it tastes good. But we love Korean food and like Korea. Got a lot of Korean friends over here in America. Alexa, do you know why a tree grows but its needs don't? Well, technically a need does grow until you hit adulthood. So technically the need does grow until you reach adulthood, okay? But tell me why you think so. I do. Baby, would you rather eat a waffle filled with ants or French toast scorpion sauce? I hate bugs. I'm going to pass on that one. I'm not going to eat either one of them. So I'm not going to eat either one of them, buddy. Rich says, Rich Gaming's Reviews. I do. You got a channel? All right. So you got a channel. Learn If Cool Kid has a channel. Butch has a channel. As you can see, he's one of our moderators. So you subscribe to Butch and Lucy for me, would you? Have a great night. Good to hear you. Good to see you too, brother. All right. See, all of you guys need to go and subscribe to each other. So make a note of these channels and go back and subscribe to them, all right? And I will do the same, I promise you. Yes. Cool Kid, what is the channel? It's going to be Learn with Cool Kid is the name of the channel. Let me pull it up and check it out. He has only 5 subscribers, so he could use some subscribers. All right? Let's see who else says they got it. Where's Tony? Does she got a channel? Let's go to her channel. No, she doesn't have a channel, but she's a very pretty girl, so you guys might want to go visit her channel anyway. So she only has 3 subscribers, but some of you guys might like that. Chicken, do you have a channel? Let's see if you got a channel. Chicken is Tasty does have a channel, 9 subscribers, 7 videos. So you guys go check them out. I'm sorry. Korean food is good. I love Korean food. U.S. food is sissy. It sucks. Yeah, it sucks. Don't eat American food. I tell Americans don't eat it. I am just blonde, says hi. Good to see you. I'm blonde too, so we can be blonde-headed cousins, or whatever you want to call it. U.S. food. Oh, it's sexy food. No, American food is sucky food. It's bad for you. Don't eat American food. My mother channel is G-Stick. Your other channel, okay. Okay, Ted Tick. TikTok for you. Woohoo! Good to have you. I'm going to check everybody's channels out. Remember, you got to go and check everybody out, help each other grow, watch their videos, like the videos, make a comment, then subscribe to their channel. All right? That's what I want everybody to do. So, and I will check everybody out, and I encourage you guys to do that. So I said to you, cool kid, thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. So, but yeah, what we were talking about, I forgot already because I'm old. I got a new shirt. Nobody guessed the right amount. Somebody was real close. You guys like my brand new shirt? I got over 200 tropical shirts. See, this one matches my hat really nice. Thank you. I will sub to you too. Well, just click on their name. Chicken is Tasty. That's his channel. Just click on that. Nice shirt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry I can't read Korean, so I don't know what your name is or what to call you. I could just call you Korean, I guess, which is kind of tacky. So if you have a different name I could call you, it'd be great. Like Sam or Bob or Kim or Jill or I don't know, Lily. My dog's name is Lily. Thank you for that. Nice shirt. Slay! Gotta have some Gatorade. Woo, woo. Man. But don't eat American food. Whatever you do. You need to get away from eating American food. I taught international students all my life. And one thing I would tell them when they came to campus, don't eat American food. Figure out how to cook food from your home country and don't eat McDonald's and Burger King and all of that stuff here in America. Don't do it. Yeah, my name is Nature's Sister. Oh, all right. That's all right. I like that. Now, do you have a channel? Let me see. Let me go over here to the big screen because I'm blind. I'm going to check and see if you got a channel. Oh, you got 75 subscribers. So there's a channel you guys can go and check out. Nice. Wow. I dig the lizard. Cool. All right. I love you. Well, I love you too, man. Professor's in the house. My brother from another mother. How are you, man? That's the name, PAC. Is it? You translated it for me? Yeah, I just pulled up the website and I see that it says, what is that? Dorium? Yeah, I see that. I just pulled the channel up. So, Professor, how are you, buddy? How are you? Like my shirt, Professor? Yeah. I have 8 geckos. Cool. That'll keep you busy. Do I play any instruments? Are you freaking crazy? Look at me. Do you think I play instruments? I have absolutely zero musical talent at all. I know how to operate the radio. That's about it. No, I'm sorry, man. I know. I got a ukulele as a gift, but I need somebody to teach me the very, 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 very basics so that I could actually figure out how to play the stinking thing. Because I'd like to learn how to play my ukulele, but because it's a beautiful one, and I appreciate them getting to me, and I feel bad because it sits right there. But I don't know enough even to figure out how to do the basics or what the strings are. I don't know anything. I'm an idiot. So I'll look at yours too. Anti-World, what's your favorite book? I don't have a favorite book in the Bible. Don't have one. And the Bible is not my favorite book, if that's your follow-up question. But no, where am I at looking at? But what's your favorite book in the Bible? Anti-World. Oh, TikTok for you. I'm looking. I got to remember who to pull up. Let me go to your channel. All right. 35 subscribers. You got a frog as a picture. And you got a bunch of pretty girls on your channel. It looks like. No, but I got a feeling they're probably just friends, huh? All good in the P. Woohoo! Happy for you and your wife. Thank you. I appreciate that anti-word. My fiancé is in the Philippines. Outstanding. Well, we are helped to give. We are happy. Here's what's funny is, if you ever get to know me, you'll kind of think this is funny. But yesterday, I spent a couple of hours with couples, giving them marital advice and giving them dating advice about the Philippines and America and so forth. So if you have questions or you need help with that, there's a lot of resources in our little world here. Even the professor's an expert that can help you with the Philippines and relationships and everything else. All good in the Philippines. We're doing the fiance, the K1 visa, outstanding, best choice. Have you been to the Philippines? Let's see. Staying off the grid. I'm gonna show this comment because once again I'm gonna talk about it. So he wants to be a little bit of troll and says he's gay. Look, nobody cares who's gay. I don't care if you're gay. It's okay with me, right? Because here's what I find. When people throw out words that they think are going to trigger people, like he's gay, what they're really saying is, I think I'm gay and I'm hoping people will accept me. And let me just tell you from my channel, we don't care if you're gay or not. It's okay to be gay. So you're welcome to be here. We don't have a problem with that. Please don't be embarrassed about being gay. You know, just don't. Don't be embarrassed about it. Accept who you are. I'm a fat old guy. I accept who I am every day. All right? Daisy ticking dropping there. I'm a blonde. Hi. I'm a blonde. Did I pull your channel up too? Got a lot of channels I'm gonna have to subscribe to. Yes, I am a blonde, has a YouTube channel, about 30 subscribers, so they need help. Oh, cute kid on the channel. That's probably you. Very nice. Good to have you. I hope you subscribe, like, and share to our channel, everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. LeBron James, let's see, where you at? LeBron announces that he's gay. Nice, welcome, thank you. Appreciate the thumbs up. Hello to everybody. I'm fat and gay. Well, that's all right. Appreciate you, just a blonde. It's all right to be gay, unless we've already covered that. I just did. Okay, thank you for doing all that, supporting us. I've been there 3 times. God called me to be a missionary there. So that's how I met my beautiful Christian woman. Nice. Probably not. So you got lucky and didn't get one of the Catholics. We've been in a long distance relationship for 3 years. Nice. And I'm assuming since you're working on the K1, you guys have already met in person, which is the gigantic step you have to get your K1 visa. And then your affidavit of support is very important. You got to be able to show financially now is even more important to show that you have the money to take care of her. Subscribe to me. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. My good Korean channel. Chicken, does anyone else have these symbols on their keyboards? I'm sure they do or don't. Pi symbol and all, I don't know, man. I don't even know what a keyboard is. Thumbs up all across the board. Where pre-wedding ceremony will be in a few months. All right. So are you doing a pre-wedding ceremony in the Philippines? Are you in America now or are you in the Philippines now? I guess that's kind of my question. Learn with the cool kid is my favorite game is Fortnite. Why, how would I not have guessed that? So, I'm just a blonde, you're so, well, I try to be. I don't think I am. I actually think I'm a jerk. I don't think I'm a good guy at all. I'm a bad person. See, that's where I just twist it, and I told you guys earlier, when somebody gives you a compliment, you just accept it and say thank you. And see, it's our nature to go, no, you're wrong, I'm not a nice guy. But thank you for saying that, I appreciate that. See, I'm always trying to teach. Are you autism if you said you were it with my son? I am not, but your son is welcome. We understand the plight of autism. Now, I'm not an expert. I've never had to live with and take care of. My heart goes out to you because I know how challenging it can be, and I also know how fun it can be because I have friends, right? So I am not, but thank you guys for coming in and sharing your story. I love to hear about new things and new people and what people go through. So how is your son? How is your son? Slaying, saying hi. I wish I can give you some money. Well, I wish you could too. I only need $5 million. I'm trying to buy my wife a house, so $5 million would go a long ways. And put it in the PayPal account, not the Super Chat, because YouTube takes part of the money on Super Chat. The PayPal link is on the top of the page, on my YouTube page. So, Bobert, would you father children? No, I would not. I would not. I don't have children. I never wanted children. Never did, never wanted. Can I be your dad? I can't breathe. Sure, not really. But, if you want to pretend, I guess it's okay. Gabe Baumclat, I don't know what that is. No, you're so nice. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. I'm learning this song called Canon Rock on guitar. And, well, I can't listen because I can't hear you. But if you put it on your YouTube channel, maybe I'll be able to listen to it on your YouTube channel. But yeah, I couldn't listen to it on this. Because that doesn't even make sense. Dad, how was the Titanic? I've been to the Titanic Museum. It's pretty cool. I wish you could give you money. Thank you. Shout out. Or do you have a YouTube channel? Remember, if you have a YouTube channel, just say, hey, I got a YouTube channel. You guys come visit me. Because I want you guys all to go visit each other. Maddie, thank you for being here. I'll check your channel out myself later. I wish I am sorry. That's okay. Don't be sorry. Look, never give somebody money unless you have plenty of it to give. And I mean this sincerely. And I teach this. You should not have to sacrifice your quality of life to help others. You got to take care of yourself first. I'm going to tell you an analogy. When you fly on a plane, what do they tell you? They tell you, in case of an emergency, when the oxygen mask drops down, what do? You put it on you first before you help anybody else. And that's how life is. You got to take care of you, then you can help others, all right? But I appreciate the thought. That's going to be Jamaica. We're looking at going to Jamaica, Professor. Looks like we're going to Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. I'm trying to get my funds squared away where I can go on a trip with Lorelei. We're going to take a cruise. Looks like we're going to go to Cayman Islands and Jamaica. Blood clot, world blood clot, yes. Thank you, Professor. Me, Maddie channel, yes, you got a channel, great. You guys and I'm going to get caught up in the chat. You guys remember to, can't breathe. I'm going to show it. I'm going to show you this guy. I know what he's doing, but I want to show you. He's saying that he was molested. Let me tell you this. Let me tell everybody out there. That's not something to joke about, all right? This happens to more children, more people in the world than it should ever happen, right? So molestation is a horrible, horrible infliction on somebody. So that's one thing that should never happen, and it should never be joked about, all right? Can't breathe. Oh, sorry. Wrist wonders mine. My brother did stuff to me. All right, well, I'm happy for you. Do me have a channel? Yes. Channels, you guys all go and check each other out. And look, if you don't know, you can just write down their names or click on their channels and go to it and come to them a little bit later. Don't believe me? Check it out. I have, Maddie says, I have a YouTube channel that has 10,000 subs. All right. Fantastic, my friend. I'm very proud of you for that because it takes a lot of work. Can you buy a bracelet? Well, I have a lot of watches. Kay is in the house. Bombo, I don't know what that is. Cruise, yeah, looking at a cruise. Nice hat. Thank you there for that. Check me out. We will. I'll check you out. I promise. I promise. The vegan guy, good to have you. Thank you for thumbs up and subscribing. Kay, good to have you. Professor, alternatively, unpleasant or worthless person is a strong term of abuse. Yes, thank you, Ronald. Pro Fisher's in the house, our good friend. How are you, young man? I guess you look like a kind person. Thank you. We appreciate that. Are you a kind person? I think if you can recognize kind people, then you're probably a kind person. So thank you for coming in and thumbs upping. and all of that. We appreciate that. Where are you guys from? You know, tell us, but make sure you check each other out. But tell us where you're from. If you got a question about America, you got a question about the Philippines, you got a question about my beautiful shirt and hat, you know. Oh, you sell bracelets. All right. I get it. Name of your channel. Let's see. Did I pull you up? Let me double check. Hold on, everybody. You guys keep going. Let me see if I can pull them up. The chat's going by too fast. Let me see. He's selling bracelets. I see what you're doing. I'll check you out a little bit later, all right? I promise. I'll come to your channel later. And where's our other Maddie channel? Let me go to that and pull that up so I have it pulled up to know to subscribe to it. Ah, very nice looking young lady. Thank you for coming in. All right, let me see if I can get caught up. Let me get over to, so just told you, I'm watching the big screen where the chat is easier for me to read over here, so I'm not paying attention. Well, hello, American person. I am all the way from Italy. Fiery boy, nice to have you. Chicken says it's midnight where I am. What time is it for you? It's 6:11 p.m. for me. 6:11 p.m. Yes, Wrist Wonders will definitely check you out. He goes, I'm from Belgium, but in Tokyo for 1 month. Outstanding. Tokyo is on the dream list. It's on the bucket list. It is. I love to go to Tokyo. We're actually talking about going to cruise in Southeast Asia in the year 2027. You have a Filipino wife? I do. She's from the Philippines. She's from Cebu. Right now she's at work. And we're in America currently. We've lived in the Philippines. So yes, Fiery Boy for me is currently 1:11 a.m. Wow. All right. So now we're all caught up. Good deal. But, well, that's good. See, you guys are all making friends, getting to know each other, growing your channels, doing the right thing. So good to have everybody here. So, yeah, so that's what we're working on today. We're working on a cruise ship, or trying to figure out a cruise. The Pro Fisher, make sure you check out his channel. I've been good. I've tried fishing everywhere and anywhere, but nothing wants to bite. But we have been having some hot, yes, I've given up. In the high 90s, 5 days in a row. Yes, the water here, you know, the little lakes and ponds that I fish, the water's too hot. And they've just turned off. So I haven't gone in about 2 weeks. We're not gonna, the Holy One, we're not gonna show your stupid comment. It just shows that you're one of those keyboard warriors who don't have the balls to stand up in front of people and say bad things because you know they would jack slap your ass. So you're just a typical keyboard warrior. So stay in your mama's basement, play with your little weenie, and don't worry about it. Anyone wants to buy a bracelet? Yeah, Wrist Wonders has a YouTube channel. You can check that out and see about buying little bracelets from them. Linda, you know, that's a stupid question. Linda, I'm very disappointed in you for asking a stupid question. I think you're better than that. I think you're smarter than that. And I would hope that you would want people to see you as better and smarter than that. So, you're kind of funny. You're kind of funny. Well, yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Fiery Board says, I really need to go to sleep. Well, yeah, it's way hours in the morning. I will head out for now. Did subscribe, by the way. Thank you. We appreciate you. Take care. Get some rest. You're going to get timed out if you're not polite to people. I'm just telling you. Ruben, what's up, sir? Got a new shirt. You know, hello from Algeria. Thank you for coming in from Algeria. Thank you for the thumbs up, subscribing to the channel. Restaurander, do you ship to Belgium, which is in Europe? Good question. Hi, Linda. Wrist Wonders, do you make red or black bracelets? That's a great question. Maybe they can make red and black. What brand is the hat? Oh, here. I'll let you look for yourself. I got it at a store called Dillard's. It's an American clothing store. and I got it on clearance. It was like $89, and I picked it up for $12.95. I'm very happy about that. Learning student from Miami? No, we're not. We love Miami. Well, we don't love Miami. We like going to cruises out of Miami, but we do enjoy Florida quite a bit. But no, we're not from Miami, but thank you for asking. Cool shirt, Ruben says. Thank you. All right, I'm going to tell you, I was trying to get everybody to guess how much I paid for this new beautiful shirt that I bought yesterday. So I'm going to tell you guys, I paid $7.99 for the shirt, and it is a name brand shirt. $7.99 because my wife is a really good shopper. God, or Lucifer, yeah, that's silly. Rooster King, that doesn't make sense. Who would choose Lucifer? All right, the Holy One, let's see, you look like, here, I'm going to show it because, I want them to understand that you're a troll and that you're a little bitty wiener boy or girl hiding out in mama's basement using the keyboard, right? So, I don't keep them in my basement. I keep them in the attic, you moron. Rooster King, thank you there for the Pro Fisher, appreciate that. Thanks, absolutely. Can you tell us how you met the love of your... Yeah, I can, actually. Good story. Adam's in the house. Good to see you. Text me the number and I can get you your order, okay? Well, I don't want anybody... Look, just for safety reasons, do not text anybody's phone number or address on a live stream. Don't do any of that. Don't do any of that. If you got to go through their email address on their website, that's fine, or their YouTube channel. But don't put any phone numbers in this chat or addresses, okay? Don't do that. How did I meet the love of my life? Well, I've been in and around the Filipino community since I was about 18, 19 years old. And I used to have a lot of parties at this house. I had that at a swimming pool. And one day, and over the years, I had a lot of Filipinos say, hey, I got a cousin, I got a daughter, I got a niece, I got this, I got that, and then one of them finally said, hey, you gotta, and so I Facebooked my wife on recommendation of her family that lives here. And just to be nice, all right, fine, I'll do it. And then 6 months later, I was in the Philippines, and 6 months more, we were married in America. So we started off being, meeting on Facebook, and then I had no desire to get married. I had no desire to go to the Philippines. And I tell you, I met her in June when I went fishing with a bunch of people. And by December, when college break was in session, I was in the Philippines. You just don't know how it works. Linda, you're an idiot. But let's see. Learning student shirt, beach day hat, glasses made me think. Yeah, a lot. I get that a lot. And I've been dressing like this probably for the last 20 years. So it's just kind of my thing. Here's my psychology, and I'm going to share this with you. Here's what I want you guys all to understand. You may have heard, and thank you all for the thumbs ups, that you need to dress for the job that you want, not the job you have, okay? So I want that to sink in. I want you to dress for the job you want, not the job you have. I want to feel like I'm in the tropics, because being on a beach and smelling salt water and eating seafood makes me very, very, very happy. So I wear clothes that makes me feel happy and to remind me how much I enjoy that environment. I hope that helps. Your dad manages it? Okay, great. Work number. Wrist wonders, the bracelets online. Can I go to a store too? It's a beautiful story, Linda says. Thank you. I make it at home, tell you what you would like, and I can ship it. Nice. Oh, all right. That's cool. That's nice. Very nice. My channel has yes, and that's what you want to do. I just recommend that nobody divulge their personal addresses or phone numbers or anything like that on a live stream, on any live stream, because there's too many people that would be turds and try to mess with it. So that's what I recommend. But that's why I wear happy clothes, what I call happy clothes. So I encourage you guys to do that. And it's like during the winter, I want to feel warm. So I wear sweatshirts because I'm cold. So I wear bigger shirts and heavier shirts, sweatshirts, because I want to feel warm. It's all about the psychology. Married after 6 months, that's wholesome. Yeah, I'll bet. Seems like you were head over it. Well, we were married in a year. So I went there in June. Everything went great. My wife is great. You know, she never asked for a dollar. And, all, you know, everything's great. So we met in June off the internet. And when I taught college, so when we had Christmas break, I went to the Philippines for a month over Christmas and New Year. And then we already kind of knew where we were going, so we started the K-1 paper. We knew what we had to do. So we took advantage of knowing what the requirements was for the K-1 visa while we were in the Philippines. So we made sure we had plenty of pictures with dates, you know, and met the family, all of those things that you need for evidence, right? I flew back home, we processed the paperwork, and she was here in the summer, and we got married in September. So about a year and 2 or 3 months between meeting her and getting married. The pheromones had to be something. Well, I did a fishing about 10 days ago, and didn't catch anything but turtles because it was so hot, so that's about it. Attracted by the pheromones over Facebook? Could be. Wrist, do you perhaps have social media? We can chat from there. Nice. So you make custom bracelets. I do, yes. Yeah, check out their YouTube channel. I have Snap. I don't know what Snap is. Must be one of the new formats. I'll get it. It's such a cute story. Yeah, so that's what we did. And we've been married going on 11 years. So, and now look, we've had ups and downs like everybody. You know, it's not all been a bed of roses. I've died 4 times, and she's had to, you know, deal with losing her husband multiple times, right? So it's been very stressful for her also. But for the, but now, you know, we've kind of learned how to be with each other, which is important. You have to understand in a relationship, you kind of got to learn where you fit, how you fit together. You know, you kind of got to learn how to go down the road together. And yes, you definitely have to make a lot of sacrifices. You do. You got to stop, which is hard for me because I was single all my life and pretty happy with it. So then you bring somebody else into the equation that you got to give equal rights to. You know, now you got to stop and think about them. And that was a little tough for me. Pro Fish says, I got to take a shower. I stink like a fish. And relax. It's nice having you. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you. Take care. We will. We have yeah, we'll be together until I kill over dead. So, do you have the Insta? King is in the house. This guy from Jurassic Park. I haven't seen the new one. I kind of got burned out on them. You know, acted about the 30th one of them. You know, it's kind of like, gee, how many times can you keep doing the stinking same story? So I haven't watched the new one. Has anybody else watched the new one? So Riss doesn't have Instagram, I guess. Much love. Good, good. Thank you for supporting each other, by the way. It's always important for you guys to do that. Make sure you go and like, subscribe, and share to their channels, my channel, your channel, everybody's channel. Has anybody got any questions about how to do YouTube a little better? Has anybody got any advice that you can give me? Oh, yeah, the old man. Yeah. I get that along with Brian, didn't he? Is that his name? I get that. I get a lot of people tell me, hey, you look like so-and-so. And you know what I say? I say, no, I don't look like anybody. They look like me. You know, to be fair, they look like me. I don't look like them. I want to watch the new one, the new movie. All right, Jurassic Park. My friends who watched it told me it was shit. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen the Superman movie. I haven't seen the remake of the new Happy Gilmore. I haven't seen anything. Nothing. My wife and I used to go to the movies a lot. But there's nothing out there at the current moment that makes me go, hey, we should go to the movies. We just haven't seen anything that we like. It's probably been a good year last summer since we went, or last fall since we went to the movies. And I couldn't tell you what movie we saw the last time. I really don't use the Snap, but that's the only option. Then I'll contact you from there. Oh, nice. We appreciate that. You guys connecting and doing that. The channel has the number on it too, is what Riss is saying. So good. See, maybe Riss will get you a couple sales today. You just never know. You're going to be. Now remember, Riss wonders, when you are owning a multi-million-dollar company and you're bigger than life, and your art, your bracelets are out there and people are in high demand, screaming, saying, I want a bracelet. Remember, I was here to help you. I was here to help you. All right? Just saying. Because I got a feeling you're going to be extremely successful. Just keep working on us. That's right. Remember us little people. You keep working on it. You keep your dream happening. You keep pushing. Keep working it, and it's all going to come out great. I promise you. I promise you it will. But it's going to be hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of time, a lot of disappointments, but you need to keep it up. Never forget me. Nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. It really, really is. But we're happy to help anybody grow their channel, their business. You know, we don't really have a business we do social media, and that's about it. We don't sell anything. We don't have anything to sell or anything like that. So, I mean, nah, we e-beg. I guess that's what we do. We e-beg on the internet. Still e-begging for $5 million. But tell me, did you mean with what you'd, oh yeah, no, I've been dead 4 times. Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, death is not an issue. It comes easily. Yeah, I've been dead 4 times. I was in a coma for about 2 weeks, about 10 days, going on 11 days or so. So, yes, I definitely mean it. I wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't encourage you to have a coma or go into a coma at all, but yes. In fact, in a couple of months, probably in November around, I got to have my pacemaker changed. I got a pacemaker right there. Pacemaker and defibrillator. Yeah, Bebop, can't show that one. I'm happy you got through it. Yeah. Got through it. To be honest, it was a great struggle for years afterwards. I still have PTSD from it, but I'm learning to deal with it after all these years. So it was definitely not easy. It was not good, and there's things that still trigger me from the coma because the coma was very brutal. I got a video on my YouTube channel about the coma. You can go and look at it. It's in a playlist called Coma, and I tell the story of my coma. And it's not for the faint of heart. It's a pretty gruesome story. And it's not one of those, hey, I saw puffy clouds and God coming down. It's not one of those channels or one of those comas. It's not one of those, grandma was calling to me things. It was a totally different type of coma. So that I went through. So, but I encourage you to go watch that video. Learn with Cool Kid is back saying hello. Hey, there's Ozzy. How are you, buddy? How are you today? What's going on? Everybody say hello to each other. Thank you for the thumbs up. I will look at the video for sure. Yeah, it's kind of a long video because I did it shortly after the coma. And I was still really emotional about it. And it was kind of hard for me to talk about some of it because it was so unbelievably brutal, as you'll watch in the video about my coma. So, but I encourage you to do that. And if you got comments about it or want to ask questions, drop a message. I'll answer them back. I'm not shy and I don't hide anything. So, but it was brutal. It was not a warm and fuzzy coma. I have PTSD since I've got shot, which sucks because I'm only 13 and feel you, man. Yes, Ortiz says. PTSD sucks. And you can get it for so many different reasons. Ruben, do you like football? Yes, American football. American football. We don't even know what soccer is. What is that? What is soccer? You know, is that like where you sock people? You know, I don't know what soccer is. Football, I know what that is. American football. The only football there is. Now, I'm not a soccer fan, to be honest. Never really got into it. When I was growing up, soccer wasn't played in the schools in America like it is now. So it really wasn't a sport here when I was growing up. It just wasn't. So I never got into it. I think the athletes, the soccer athletes, have to be great athletes to do all that running. I'm good, staying out of the heat. Good, it's hot today, man. I'm going to try to bike ride later on my e-bike, but I'm going to wait until about 9 o'clock. So, oh man, you must be a really strong person. Yes, Ortiz, strong person. Take care and to rebound. You know, it's not it's not what happens to us, it's how we react to it. My snap is not on my channel. Okay. Hannah's in the house. Where are you from? The United States, Hannah. Hannah, where are you from? Good to see you. Do you have a YouTube channel or anything you want to shout out? Thank you for the thumbs up, the donations, the super chats. But make sure you guys all become friends with each other so you can grow your own channels, all right? Oh, my Lord. Ruben says, yes, yes, yes. What is yours? Oh, I see. You're in Manila. Nice. My wife is from Cebu. So we've been to Manila. We've flown through Manila. We know Manila. I hope is it drier today? I'm not trying to be too funny, but I'm hoping that the rains and the flooding has improved in Manila. Has it improved? Because I know how we survived Typhoon Odette a few years ago. We were there and we got hit dead center by Typhoon Odette. So I know how it can be in the Philippines when all hell breaks loose. Ruben's like number 19. Thank you for that. No, I'm just watching. Okay, good. All right. Well, we appreciate your support. We want you to come and join us more. Make sure you hit the alert bell on our channel. My wife does a lot of YouTube stuff too, not just me, my wife. And then my wife and I do a lot of stuff together. So, and she mentors a lot of Filipinas, especially maybe ones that want to come to America and others. So we do a lot of that. We do know some single men from time to time if anybody's interested in that, you know. So we're happy to have you. 25. Yep, cloudy now. All right. I'm just hoping it gets, you know, the flooding calms down. Yep, you guys got hit by a big storm just a few days ago. Igonis is Kalit. Is that how we pronounce that in the Philippines? I'm horrible with my pronunciations. Gus Sanders, my good friend. You guys all need to go to his channel, like, subscribe, and share his channel. He's married to a Filipina. No, he's not married to a Filipina. Gus, are you married to a Filipina? You know, I couldn't remember. Are you married? No. But Gus is a good guy. I was thinking of Tate Sanders. Sorry. I thought about your cousin in Texas, Gus. Yeah, but I'm glad you're back. You missed a really good live stream last Saturday, man. We had it was riot. It was a great time. Gus is single. Hey. You want a woman? How much for the woman? We might be able to find you something. We know a couple of single people. 99 in Georgia today. Good evening, David. Man, I'm doing good today. Sorry I got you confused with Tate. You know, I was talking to him earlier on Facebook chat, or what have you, Messenger. So I had him on the brain. So thanks for that. Your snap. I'm single. We can change that. Yes, 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 yes. Zodia, I pay for it, Lamo. What are you paying for? I'll snap you then. All right. They're working out a business deal. Wrist Wonder sells bracelets. So they're hustling some bracelet sales. And I told them that when they become big and famous and they're a multi-million-dollar company, not to forget us poor little people that helped them out. So you guys all support each other and check them out. Well, if you got to pay for them, I feel bad for you. But in some way, don't we all pay for it? One way or the other. Whether you're a boy or a girl, you know. There's a give and take to everything. Everything costs something. Whether it's money, time, energy, whatever it may be, everything costs something. Even drinking this Gatorade costs something. I got to burn energy to drink it. I got to take the time to open it. So everything costs something. If you had to put a color on your, God, you're stupid. That's a stupid. Why would you ask something like that? Why does it matter what color areolas are? Does it really matter what color, That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Why do you think, I want to ask you, why do you think it matters what the color is? Are you racist? Snapped him, good. Feel bad, feel great. That's it, right? I received nothing. Very true. Because it's funny and I'm a troll. Well, you're not funny. It's not funny. And on this channel, we feel really, really bad for trolls. Because one, I usually chew them up and spit them out like the keyboard pieces of crap with little wieners that they are. So if you want to be a normal person and have a great conversation and join us, that's great. Otherwise, we'll just chew you up and spit your happy ass out. That's how it works on this channel. Cause and effect. Thank you, Professor. But like that. So cause and effect, you're right. That's right, cause and effect. He doesn't like them black, apparently not. I think he's a little racist. Said hi. Paisley says hi. Wrist Wonders. I got to adjust this so I can see better. Oh, Wade. Ronald, you're doing a good job. We'll put you in timeout. We'll talk bad about you. We'll do anything we want to do because it's my channel, not yours. So go back to mama's basement and stay in your mama's basement and feel good about yourself, all right? So thank you, guys. Thank you, Professor. So I feel bad for people like that because, keyboard warriors, they truly have no balls. They have no stamina. They would never walk up to somebody and say something to them. They don't have any courage. They're keyboard warriors because like that. The only way they're tough, only way they're strong, the only way they think they're important is by typing on a keyboard. Pfft, come on. Because if you walked up to somebody in public and ran your mouth like you try to do behind a keyboard, somebody would jackslap your ass and you're too much of a coward to do it. So, all right. So, giving some thumbs up there. I missed anything? I didn't want to miss it. Who did I add then? I don't know, man. I don't know what you guys are doing. Clock that T. Yes. Spineless. They are. And I think they're quite, I like talking about them because it's a good teaching moment. It's a good learning lesson, right? It's where we can all talk about these people that come up with this stuff. Because racism isn't good. Molesting children's bad. All of these things we don't have to do as humans. We choose to be negative if we want. And now that I've said the word negative, I'm going to say my thing, Ronald. All right? I know a lot of you guys have heard this. Remember, negative equals negative, positive equals positive. When you do bad, you're going to get bad. If you do good, you're going to get good. Got it? Can't find the channel of Wrist Wonders. You have a red shirt. Good Game is in the house. I miss you. Good to have you here. Let's see if I can find it for you. Tails channel. I'm going to try to drop that link, I guess. Let me switch over here real quick. Click on that link. If you want to go to Wrist Wonders channel, just click on that link. That should take you to their channel, all right? Help them out a little bit. Hello from North Korea. Good to have you from North Korea. I don't think you are from North Korea, but, thank you anyway, So we love Korea. We don't like North Korea, but we do love Korea. But I know you're not from either one. With the red shirt. All right. Yeah. You betcha. Oh, no worries. No worries. No worries. I'm from North Korea. Well, are you currently in North Korea? Because I doubt you're currently in North Korea. Maybe you've escaped and you're in America. And if you're here in America, welcome. Thank you for being here. So yes, you are in the United States. Great. What part of the United States how do you like the United States compared to North Korea? How do you feel about being here? Not with that name, right? But right, Sanders, But how do you like being here? Do you think would you like to go back to North Korea? Is it do you miss it? Or do you prefer a free country like the United States? So, we're happy to have you though. If you got out of North Korea, I'm very happy for you. Because I don't think anybody should live anywhere they don't want to live, right? Especially in a dictatorship like that. The food is much better. Well, that's because we have food. So America has food, and we have plenty of food. So that's probably why you see that. But, that's great. We're happy for you. How long have you been in America? Tell us that. What part of America are you in? The north, the south, the east, the west? The food is better in North Korea? Okay. Well, here's what I tell people. Food is very, very important in life. Very important in life. And yes, American food is horrible food. It's filled full of chemicals and sugar and shit we don't need to put in our bodies. Absolutely 1,000%. But here's what I tell you. Food is very, very important. One of the most important things that you have to have in your life. So, I would recommend going back to North Korea to embrace the food there. Because without good food, you're nobody. You'll die. You'll pass away. You won't thrive. You won't survive. So I would highly recommend going back. Jay's in the house. Cheese. Oh, I like cheese. Can I do a Mickey Mouse voice? No, sure can't. Soon I will go back. Nice. I have to go by. Riss, good to have you. Thank you. Good luck with all of that. So that's right, my friend Gus. Nope, I don't do Mickey Mouse. I never watched Mickey Mouse as a kid. I never understood that. So, sorry. North Korea has no food, Jay says. Yeah, we have food. And I think that's great. Look, nobody's going to hold it against you to go back to North Korea. If that's what you want to do or you will do, I'm happy for you. I don't think anybody ought to force anybody to live anywhere. If you want to live there, great. If you're in America illegally, guess what? You can call up immigration and they'll buy you an airline ticket and send you back for free. So, one of the good things. You like turtles, Adolph says. I'm happy you like turtles. Turtles are cool. I like the turtles. I like tortoises also. I don't have any. I don't collect them or anything. And I don't want to eat them anymore. But Jay says dog and cold noodles. Galactic Gaming, there he is. The man, the myth, the legend, my good buddy. What's going on, people? Yo, David, drop a like on the stream. Everybody, yes, thank you. We need those, man. We need it. Good to see you, buddy. How are you, man? Are you getting excited about your trip? I'm sitting here today trying to figure out the next trip Laurel and I are going on. We're thinking about doing a cruise, and I'm trying to get it figured out. Well, if you're in America illegally, meaning you're not legal status, you can call immigration up, say hi, and there's actually a website and a web app. You can go on there and say, I'm in America illegally, and I would like to go back to my home country. They will come and give you an airline ticket and give you $1,000. So they'll buy your airline ticket, and then once you're confirmed to be in your home country, they will send you $1,000. So that's all you got to do is just say, hey, I'm here illegally, and I'd like to go back to my country. I can't have and wait. Man, I've ordered my dollar spoon. Oh, my God. So they get sent to my house in the post. I think American money is so cool. All right, so you already got your American money coming. I want you to get a lot of it. Bring a lot of it, buddy. You come into America. I want you to open up that wallet and spend that money, honey. Woohoo! Spend that money in America. We need them tourist dollars. Come on. Bring it on. Well, my wife wants to go to Europe for a cruise, but we're going like in October and it's going to be too damn cold, so I don't want to go then because it's too cold. So now I'm trying to convince her that we need to just go to like Jamaica and the Cayman Islands is what I'm working on. Just too cold. Make it rain, Gus says. Absolutely. Make it rain, buddy. And don't make it, now look, don't be one of those tourists that comes over here and gives all of those dollar bills to the strippers. Come on, man. Don't be one of those. Just smile and be polite, and you'll pick up some women folk without having to pay them dollars. You know, if you got to give them dollars to go have a drink with you, you don't want them. Hopefully the casinos don't take it all. They're going to take it all. They're going to take it all. They're going to take every stinking bit of it. And I mean every stinking bit of it. But when you come here, make sure you go to the casino. Make sure you get your casino card so you can get points and rewards. And I'm sure you know all of that. Galactic, my parents went to Jamaica. They loved it. Well, we've been to like Aruba, Curacao, the DR, the Bahamas, Brazil, Honduras. We've been a lot of places on cruises. So we don't have any other places that we can really go from America. We've been there, done that. Except for Jamaica, Puerto Rico, and the Cayman Islands. So I found a cruise. I mean, Lorelai wants to go to like Europe and see Paris and all that crap. I would like to go to the Mediterranean, but we're going to be in October, early November, and I don't want to go anywhere where it's cold. I hate the cold weather, so I'm doing that. I see the documentary about the hookers that drug you, and yeah, hey, look, what I'm going to tell you. You need to get you a piece of tape, like duct tape, and put right on your kidney, where your kidney is, and say, kidney is bad. I have alcohol poisoning. Something like that. You know, so that they don't drug you and take your kidney from you. So you need to put a sign on there saying, I have kidney disease. I really want to go. We love cruises, by the way. We think they're great. Dollar to dollar is the best thing you can do. Zoe Clark, if you're possible, you should visit. Yeah, I would love to visit Scotland. I just can't do the cold weather. I'm one of these people that just, my body freezes up and hurts, and I can't do that during the winter. So we are looking at next summer for Europe. But like I said, in the year 27, we got to go back to the Philippines, and we're going to maybe go to Australia and or Asia, like Japan, and take a cruise. But we got to save up the money and plan and organize, so love to. Paris is cool. I was at the top of the Eiffel Tower with a fat, swollen eye and hay fever. It's horrible, but great at the same time. That's funny. Tape, good idea. Yeah, you got to put a sign on you, buddy. You know, bad kidney, don't steal it. So, yeah, would you come to Wales? I don't know. Lorelai had something figured out. Maybe. We'd come anywhere we could if we could afford it. That's the key. You know, I tell people we love to travel. Now, my wife may not love it so much because me having health issues, she kind of does a lot of the heavy lifting, so to speak. But if we could afford it and she didn't have to work, you know, we would travel monthly. There's no question. We'd go on cruises and we would do a lot of traveling and we'd go everywhere. If we hit the big lottery, geez, we'd be everywhere. And I'd invite all of you guys to come with me. And I would even let Galactic Gaming pay for it. Huh, Rob? Good evening and from Pat. Pat's the man, the myth, the legend. How are you, Pat? Good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Who interviews? Where are you from? We're currently in the United States. Where are you from? We've got a lot of people from Scotland, Europe, America, South America, Philippines, all here. Pat's good to see Pat. Everybody say hello to Pat. Pat said hello to everybody. Zoe Clark, Scotland's being cold is a myth. So hot here. Yeah. But our cruise, we're not going to be able to go until like late October or November. So I got a feeling in October and November it's damp and chilly. Eli, John Candy, I think John Candy's dead, to be honest. I don't know for sure. Pat says he's doing good. Thank you, Pat. Well, I'm going to win 1 million. Woohoo! Hell yeah, man! When you win the big money at the casino, you call me up. I'll give you my number, and because you're only a 5 hour flight from me, so I'm happy to get my share. Yeah, I'll come out. We're only 5 hours away. Now I'd have to bring my wife with me, so just be aware of that. She's not going to let me go anywhere all alone. So. From Australia, nice. We got a lot of subscribers from Australia. They're great people. We're thinking about going to Australia in the year 27 on a cruise maybe. That or Japan while we're in the Philippines. We got to go to the Philippines and usually we go for a month at a time when we visit, right? But we've been to the Philippines so much and we lived there. What are we going to do for 30 days? It'd be boring, right? So what I told my wife is what we ought to do is go to the Philippines for 2 weeks, do our thing, what we need to do, then we catch a flight over to Japan or Australia and take a local cruise there, and then fly back to America from wherever the cruise port is. So that's what we're thinking, but we got to raise the funds first. Oh, you can be cold in October. Yeah, it's cold here in October. Hey, guys from Pat, how's it going? So yeah, and remember we are e-begging for $5 million USD, US dollars. I just want to clear that up with our Canadian friends and our people in the Philippines. We're not looking for pesos. We're looking for US dollars so I can buy my wife a house. Only need $5 million. If anybody has an extra $5 million, it'll go to a good resource. Pat, I hope your brother got some good information yesterday, Pat, is what I'm trying to say. I hope he was good with the information I got him. So, but now we're thinking about like going cruising, and but we've been everywhere that the cruise ships around here go, except for Jamaica and the Cayman Islands and St. Bart's and the Virgin Islands. We haven't been down there yet. But to be honest, all of that kind of looks alike. When you got a whole bunch of islands in the same region, they're all the same damn islands. You know what I mean? There's all the same stuff. So we really enjoyed going to Aruba. We loved going on that cruise. There's another cruise I want to go on, but it's not available during the time, which is leaves Miami, goes through the Panama Canal and comes up to Los Angeles. But it's not available at the time that we want to go. Yeah, he messaged me and then I just called him on the phone because I figured it'd be easier. So yeah, I talked to him for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes and told him what I thought. So hopefully that helped him or made him feel more comfortable in it. So, but it's all good. But we're trying to keep our budget low for our next trip, our cruise trip. And I'm trying to decide right now between MSC and one of the Carnival cruises. And now we're going to go on a 7 or 8 day cruise, which means, the Carnival Cruise Line right now is getting a really bad reputation because of all the fights and the partying going on, but that's happening on the cruises that are 2 and 3 days. So all the stuff you see on the internet about all the fights and the drunkenness and the rowdiness on Carnival are on 2 and 3 day cruises, not a 7 day cruise. Pat says, Galactic Gaming, I'm doing good, man, relaxing in the fresh air, brother. Galactic Gaming's coming to America in a couple weeks. He's going to go to Vegas. He's going to win big, and he's going to fly me out there and share his winnings with me. Blaine is in the house. Name a vehicle or a car for an edit. What do you mean? Do you want to know what car I think needs to be improved? Well, that's easy. All of them. But most importantly, since I'm an old Mustang fan, I think the new Mustang sucks turds. Without question. Without question. Sucks big turds. So yeah, Galactic's coming here, man. He's going to come hang out. And if he gets arrested, we'll help him out, won't we, Pat? So, if he gets slammed in the pokey, we'll try to help him out. So, and you got my number, right? So if you get arrested with all your mates and nobody to get you, taken care of, let me know. Maybe I can work some magic and get you out of the pokey. Please bail me out. That's right. Maybe we can work some magic, I will make a video of any car and tag you in it. Very nice. I think to be honest, I think the Mustang sucks. I would totally redo the Mustang. I don't know what's wrong with, I got Ford stock and I believe in Ford. I think the Ford truck is ugly too, but I really believe, since I'm a Mustang guy, I think the Mustang needs to be completely redone. I think it sucks. Let's do it, Maria. Great channel. Big thumbs up. Hello. Thank you for doing that. You guys all subscribe to Maria's channel. I'm too small to survive in a Vegas prison. That's right. Got to bend over that bar of soap. Pat says, I done Ghost Box on the Hulk Hogan a few days ago. Okay, nice. Nice. Yeah. Older Mustangs are great. You know, the Fox bodies, I've had a couple. I like the Fox bodies, believe it or not. But the newer, the ones in 2010s are cool. But now, they're totally messed up. And I actually think the Ford they could really do something cool. What I would do if I was Ford, I would take the two-door Mustang. I would make an electric version of a two-door Mustang and make it super fast electrically. Make it to where it just boom. And people would buy it now maybe you could only go 100 miles in it or 200 miles before you got to recharge it. But if you can drive fast in an electric car, oh my God, these hot rodders would buy it. I'm just telling you. Glad Gaming, which year Mustang is your favorite? I like the ones, there's a 71 I like the convertibles. So I really like the 71 convertible. Now you can't go wrong with the first cars, the little pony cars. You can't go wrong with those. I do like a Fox body, really well, a convertible Fox body. Maybe the blue and gray one. I think there are, 1990 models in there. So, but the brand new ones, the last 4 or 5 years, I think they just... Everybody saying hello to Maria. Pat saying hello, good to see you. I love the power of the electrics. My brother has one, also loves the sound, a nice roaring sport. I agree. But wouldn't that be cool to have a super fast sports car that's electric? Now, you maybe I'll not go too far in it, but wouldn't it be cool to be able to, woo, I don't know. Red Rum's in the house. Well, I'm not going to pull your finger because that's idiotic and something a 3-year-old would want to do. So hopefully you're not a 3-year-old on my channel. So, but yeah, I like the Mustangs. I'm a big Mustang fan, but as I've gotten older, I have had Mustang convertibles, beautiful ones, and I've sold them. My last one I sold because as I got older, they're just too low to the ground. Getting in and out of them are really hard. So that's why we don't have one now. As I've gotten older. Now, I wouldn't mind having like an older Jeep that has street tires on it, so it's not jacked up, that has a bimini top like a convertible, and just be able to drive that around. That would be okay. So, JP365 wants to pull it. All right, well, there you go. Now you guys can be buddies. So, but as I've gotten older, I would really like to have a Lincoln Nautilus, a fully loaded luxury car, is what I would, as an old guy, I want the luxury. If I won the big lottery, a Bentley wouldn't be out of the question. I've gotten to the point where, I love sports cars, but I'm kind of old and beat up, and I like getting into nice, comfy cars and seats and going, yeah, baby. You guys are going to be best pals, Red Rum says. Same here, Brother David. Yay, it stinks. So that's kind of now, I don't really have now my wife really, really likes the brand new Broncos, the new Bronco, the one that looks all rough and tough, the bigger ones, and I like them too. The prices aren't horrible, but I don't know what we would do with it. We don't need it. It just looks cool. I think the Bronco looks really, really cool. And we'd like to have one, but to be honest, I don't know what I would do with it. Because it's not very comfortable to drive in long distance. So, thank you for that. Fred Rum says, good stuff. Thank you for that. Sparrow of Praise says, nice cuckoo clock. I like cuckoo clocks. If anybody wants to send me one, just email me. My email is on my YouTube channel. along with my PayPal account, and I'm still looking for $5 million, by the way. Email me if you want to send me one. I'd love to have a cuckoo clock, a good one. This is just a average, lower to quality, but it's a real one. So, got to have a van down by the river. And JP's in the van. Well, I'm happy for you two. You bros can, play hose with each other. But so that's, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. If we won the big Powerball and had 200 million bucks, a Bentley convertible would not be out of a used one, because I would never pay brand new prices. A used one with, 10 or 15, 100 or 10,000 miles wouldn't be out of the question. So, but luxury cars is more my thing now. Scared of cuckoo clocks? They're haunted? They can be. They can be. Old things can take on the presence of people. So, like, one thing we have a rule about is jewelry. We don't buy and keep jewelry that other people have owned. Now, we don't mind buying it, melting it down, and getting rid of the bad juju, but we don't do that. We don't buy antique jewelry. We don't do that. We would never do that. Dirty Mike and the Boys. Does that sound like a boy band? A boy band for, So yeah, cars are exciting. I love cars. I just, I got a really old beat up fishing truck that, and the key is this, what a lot of you young people need to understand this. Smart people don't make car payments. Smart people get out of debt. Smart people stay out of debt. Because when you're out of debt, you have financial power. Power! So instead of having an $80,000 beautiful, Dodge Laramie, blah, blah, blah truck out in my driveway, I have a truck that I pay 10 grand cash for that works great, heavy duty, everything I need it done, because I drive it 2 or 3 times a week at the most. And so I don't have $80,000 sitting in my driveway being pissed away. So that's something for you guys to think about. Don't get into debt. Lorelei's car is a beautiful Subaru fully loaded, but we paid cash for it. And love it. It's a great car. I just wish, it's really nice. Subaru is a great car. We love it. We've traveled in it a lot. But I long for like a Lincoln, something that has those better seats. I long for that because I do all the driving. But I also like the big GPS screens. Her Subaru has like an 11-inch screen. Love it. I'm telling you. As an old fat guy who has to wear glasses, the bigger the computer screen in the car is, the better I like it. JP365 says, "Amen, brother. JP, ride with me in my Camaro. Let's pick up some chicks." Nah, we've been there, done that. I had a buddy that had the IROC with T-tops. God, what was that, 92 or something, 89 IROC. So, yeah, grew up around Camaros. I just like Mustangs better. But the T-tops, now, sadly, what is it, the Smokey and Bandit car? Great car, piece of crap motor in it, but great car. Pat said, "We sure have, Brother Dave." We have, right? We've been there, we've been running the streets. We've already done that. We're old. We've ran the streets, chasing the girls, or having the girls chase us, whichever it may be. We had the secret beer hid in the trunk. So we got pulled over and nobody would see it. We've all been there, done that. So, and I would encourage everybody to live their life to the fullest. Because when you get older, you never want to get to the point where you look back and go, "Gee, I sure do wish I would have done A, B, and C." So go do A, B, and C now when you can. Because when you get older, you're not going to be able to do A, B, and C. Trust me on this. I'm not very old, but I'm limited. So I can't go do everything I want to do. And that sucks. Sucks big time. So I encourage all of you good young people, get out there, put the pedal to the metal, have a good time, join the military, travel the world, see the 7 C's, sow your oats. Just don't get anybody pregnant or get any diseases. Pat can relate because he's kind of in the same boat. You know, a lot of us are beat up. What a lot of young, and I didn't realize this, you know, when I was 20 years old, when I graduated high school, the year after that, I was bench pressing 450 pounds. So I was really into weightlifting because I played sports. But, you know, and what I figured out is young people should not be carrying refrigerators by themselves. So all this stuff that you think you're going to do when you're young, you don't realize it's going to have a negative effect on you when you're younger. So just keep that in mind. Red Rum says, okie dokie. Tim's in the house. Good evening, PAC. Tim, I got a new shirt. What do you think? We went shopping yesterday. My wife got some new clothes. She thinks I'm going to take it out of her money, but I'm going to buy them all for her. So, because my wife is saving up to get a very special gift for herself. So we're working hard on getting her extra money. I'm always finding ways to slip her extra money. So that way she can grow her little nest egg and get that very, very special gift. But yesterday, we went shopping, and I found this really nice shirt for $7.99. Good to see ya. Hello, hello. Nice. Match it. Yes. If you join my channel, watch my channel, all of that stuff, you'll see that I believe in color coordinating things. I have a lot of hats, a lot of shirts, and a lot of watches that all kind of go together. So it's a big deal to me. Got some blue frames. Well, these frames, believe it or not, I know you guys can't see them, but these frames change colors. So they're gray here in the house, and they are transitional lens. But the frames, when you go outside, they go from gray to brown to light blue. They're kind of like calico looking. So they actually change color. And the more you're outside, the deeper the blue gets, and then the brown pops. So it has multiple colors in the frames, and that's why I bought them, because I know I have a lot of hats and a lot of shirts, and I can match anything. Christoph, food regulations should be stricter. Yes, absolutely. I agree. You know what's irritating about that PAC? She have saved up. No. I'm the one trying to get to $5 million so I can buy her a house. No, she's trying to buy a purse. You know, I think she cares more about the purse than the house, Tim, to be honest. Yes, I think it's very disturbing and sad, this. I know the Food and Drug Administration, Donald Trump, all of them announced the other day that Coca-Cola has generously decided to change their formula for the product that's sold in America and put the real cane sugar in it, right? Now, what pisses me off is the real stuff, the good stuff, is being sold in every other country but us. And Coca-Cola is an American company. So how shitty of Coca-Cola to go, yeah, all right, now that we're being pressured, we'll sell it in America like we sell everywhere else because it's better for you. So I think everybody ought to boycott Coke and tell Coke to go shove it up their butthole. Because how shitty of them. They could have been giving us the healthier stuff all along, but they chose not to because their profit margin was bigger. Slime balls. Red Rum says, I'll see you later, everybody. I got 4 more years and a new pair of eyeglasses. Get transitional lenses. Yeah, these are pretty cool, but it is. When the sunlight hits these, all of this changes colors. So if you see me outside on some of the live streams or videos, and you think, oh, they're different glasses, it's because they change colors. Pretty cool. I bought them because, you know, just that. Tim says if she buys a new purse, she won't be able to save $5 million. I know. Well, she's not trying to save the $5 million at all. It's all on my shoulders, Tim. I'm the only one who cares about getting her a house. She doesn't care. She, you know, Filipinos' mentality is, it's fine, whatever. Tomorrow's not going to come. Us Americans are like, man, I stress over money. I fret over money. I strategize over money. I try to save money. I try to budget. That concept in the Philippines, is a little different, as you know. But, look, I'm happy for her to buy a purse, this particular purse that she wants. And I'll tell you guys why. Hey, Maria. Everybody subscribe to Maria if you haven't done it. I'll tell you why I'm happy for her. Because for her, It's her way of saying, I have reached some level of success. I'm doing something that I never thought I could do. And I understand that because I went through that myself when I bought my first house. I went, holy shit, I'm finally somebody who can buy a house. And for her, since she likes purses, and coming from the Philippines, which this would be a gigantic undertaking, she's looking at it, and I get it. So I'm happy for her. Christoph says, my problem is how bad food plays into diabetes, and I agree, which are both expensive to treat. Don't want to make assumption, but kind of seems, it is deliberate. Look, there's no question, there's a lot of us that believe that the food industry is in cahoots with the medical industry. There's no, it's granted it's cheaper to make shitty food. It's more profitable for the food people to make shitty food. And I believe, yes, what we eat is caused to diabetes, autism, all kind of cancer rates are up, all because of what we've done, what's been allowed to be done in America by politicians who got their thingies greased. And yes, the medical professionals here, they got to make money. It's about making money. It's not about taking care of people. Medicine in America is not about you. It's about the dollar. Pat says, I subscribed to you, Maria, about a month back. That's right. You did. I remember Maria and her sister, Ruby comes around quite a bit. I think Ruby was on the live stream on Saturday night, and I think she had a good time. I think Dennis flirted with her. So, Maria came in later, and Dennis flirted with her. So, but I think the girls had a good time. If you have the money today to spend it today, many Filipino people don't think about, that's correct. That's right, Tim, and I have to do that. And that is probably our only real conflict in life. I think about tomorrow, and my Filipina is, but I stress over finances and money like you can't believe. And I'm working hard too, even without her help. I'm working hard because I know I'm going to die, and I'm going to probably die way sooner than she ever will. It's a miracle that I'm alive today, right? So I'm planning for her life after I'm dead, right? But she doesn't help with that. So she's not all about that. Well, we don't need a plan for it. Yeah, we need a plan for it. What are you going to do? Marie says, Pat, thank you so much. I'm already connected to you too. Tim and Maria. Well, stealing organs, well, that's what I told Galactic Gaming. He's going to be in Las Vegas partying. I told him to put a sign on his kidney to say that he has kidney disease so they don't drug him and take his kidney there. Are you talking about when people are dead? Yeah, I've heard, yeah, they do that. There's actually a whole industry, medical industry, about retrieving parts out of deceased bodies for research and other things. Christoph, man, I love your energy. You're so kind and energetic. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I just try to be honest. I just try to be who I am, I tell people all the time, you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, you like it. You know what I mean? So, but you guys all get to know each other. Christoph, do you have a YouTube channel or anything like that you want to tell us about? It's getting bad, brother. Yeah, it's always bad though, right? This is what I tell people. It's always bad. When my grandparents were alive, they would talk about how bad it was. And when their grandparents were alive, they would talk about how bad it was. When my parents were alive, they would talk about how bad it was. And now we talk about how bad it is. And our generations below us, once they wake up and realize that they screwed themselves over trying to be transgender and woke, when they wake up and get out of the woke society, they're going to realize, oh crap, they're complaining about the same thing. Okay, I'm going to go find your channel later. I got everybody pulled up over here, and I'll go and check your channel out and subscribe and all that good stuff. I do have a YouTube channel. I do music, edits, and they entail my opinion about certain, cool. So you guys all go check out Christoph's channel for me. Let me see if I can pull it up and check it out real quick. I got everybody over here on the big screen so I can see better. 362 subscribers, 9 videos, so you're kind of getting started, but you're doing good. So you guys go check them out. But seriously, I really believe that. I think we all, it's bad everywhere. And no matter what group of politicians are in office, it's bad. You know, it's just, you know, Margie's going to visit you. Maria's going to visit you and check your channel out. So yeah, Pat, and that's where I'm like, don't take it so seriously. We can't take everything so seriously. That's what I try to do. I try to look at things, yeah, do I like how this group does that? No. But do I know it's going to change eventually? Yeah, because everything changes in America. Once something's going this way, somebody will make it go that way. It just doesn't matter. So, you know, and that's kind of how I look at it. It's like, what you got to do, you got to look at the world, I believe, as a micro world, not a macro. Macro means large, micro means small. And so what we all need to do is focus on us and not worry so much about the big picture, about what's going on way up over here in government or with this group or that group. What we have to do is focus on our group, ourselves, because we can't change and influence them. We don't have the power or the ability to do that because we're not part of them. All we can do is work on us. So forget all that garbage out there. Figure out how you can improve your day-to-day life. You know, figure out how to get healthier, how you can be more active, how you can put more money in your pocket, how you can have less stress in your own world. That's what I work on. I really do. I work on going us, not Trump, Biden, or any of this other garbage. I watch it all, but I don't stress over any of it. I don't stress over my local fire department pissing and moaning about something. What can I do about it, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at on that. Christoph says, exactly, don't bother yourself with horrible things you can't change. That's it. Maria has subscribed to you there. Christoph, yeah, you know, why would you? I made the analogy earlier to some people that weren't here much earlier about when you fly in an airplane and there's an emergency, or when they do the announcements, what do they tell you? They tell you that when the oxygen mask drops, the first thing you're supposed to do is put it on yourself before you can help others. That should be your philosophy for life. You got to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you can help others. Before you can worry about bigger things, make sure that your bills are paid, that you got food on your table, that you got a safety net. And everybody needs to have a financial safety net. And ours is not large enough at all, I'm telling you. We don't have a good safety net. We just don't. And I want it to be better, and I'm working on that. Christoph says, thank you, Maria. And Pat subscribed to you too, so you got a few more subscribers. So that's where I'm at on that. I really believe that we have to work on us. And I do YouTube partly in hopes someday I might be like Mr. Beast and make enough money to make YouTube worthwhile, because currently it's not. You know, it pays the internet bill, and that's about it. And we spend a lot of time doing this, so it's definitely not really profitable, but it gives me a platform to run my mouth, and I actually enjoy that. So that's why we do the social media stuff. And we try to find other ways to side hustle. You know, we got friends at work, and and they're busy in their lives, and they got something at their house that they want to get rid of, they bring it over here. I sell it for them on Facebook Marketplace. And then they pay me for selling it. You know, they just, like, they got a chair. You know, I got a couple of chairs in my garage that we're selling for $2,500. Beautiful leather, vintage leather chairs, really nice. Well, you know, they get their money, I get a little cut. You know, you do your side hustles. If you're healthy, go mow yards. I don't care. I told my wife today, because they were at her job, they were talking about volunteers for overtime, and she volunteered. She said, yeah, I'll volunteer. But we were talking about that, and I told her, I said, hell, my personality is the type, If you want to pay me overtime, I'll come and clean the damn toilets. I don't care. If you're going to pay me overtime, I don't care what job you want me to do. You need me to scrub floors and clean toilets for overtime, I'm coming. I have no problem. When I taught at the college, anytime anything came up about doing something extra, going here, doing that, learning this, doing that, teaching that, I said, well, does it pay? And they said, well, yeah. Oh, sign me up. What am I doing now? Just pay me. Tim says, I wish I made enough money to pay my internet, and then I would be happy. Yeah. We make just enough to pay the internet bill a month. Just barely enough. So, just barely. And that's just the internet, not the cell phones or anything. Just the internet. And I'll tell you, I think I told some of you guys, the funny thing is, when I did my taxes last year, I've been claiming my YouTube as a business, right? Last year, the software program that I used, TurboTax, told me, said, look, the IRS is going to start considering your business as a hobby because you lose way too much money and you don't make any money and you're claiming all these deductions. Well, that's not a business, that's a hobby. Oh, how funny is that though? Christoph says, I'm curious about the point where the gap between medium income and home prices will be so large, you literally won't be able to, well, we're at that right now. We're at the point in American society right now, the interest rates are so high because of that idiot that people can't buy houses. So developers are building crap loads and crap loads and crap loads of apartments everywhere. Now, once the interest rate drops 2%, the housing market's going to go back up. I'm going to sell mine for even bigger money and go buy another house. So we're at that point. Young people can't afford to buy a house because of the interest rate. They just can't do it. They can squeeze out the $2,000 a month, for an apartment. And of course, I'm selling somebody in our real estate market here because we're in an area that's the home of Walmart, Tyson Foods, J.B. Hunt. We're in one of the wealthiest parts of the nation. We're not rich. We're poor. We just happen to live in the periphery of this financial gigantic boom place where we live. But it's so expensive here. They bring a lot of workers in, but a lot of the workers can't afford houses. So they're renting apartments, very expensive apartments. And a lot of them don't know how long they're going to be here, so they don't want to buy a house and pay that huge interest rate. It scared them. 6%, 7% is scary. 5%, 4%, well, it's not so scary. I can live here for a couple of years and sell my house, and it won't be that bad. So that's kind of what happens there. Adolf is back, still likes them turtles. Well, I'm happy for you. I thought you liked spiders. No, you like turtles instead? So people can't afford houses right now. They just can't. Now, in our area, houses sell really, really quick if they're in a certain price range. Anything above 400,000 starts to slow down. Anything over 500, it takes longer. There's a sweet spot between anything below 400,000. But in my part of the country, you can't find anything less than 275. You wouldn't find a house for less than 275 here. You just won't do it. So, and people are still making, the mean is about 50 to 60,000 nationally, right? So, can I explain taxes to you? Sure. Okay, let me get my thoughts straight on, and anybody else can comment about taxes too. I'll explain taxes to you. It's people that taxes is a punishment that we pay to the government so that the government can misuse our taxes, so that they can do whatever they want with it without any accountability. It's a punishment for us. It's it's a scam, it's a ripoff because it's misused a lot. The intent of taxes is, let's say you're going to pay 10% on a can of soda. That's supposed to go into your local communities, right? And to help with road improvements, sidewalks, street lights, keeping your cities looking nice. That's what it's designed for. So that's what a tax is. It's the way that we contribute to making our communities better. The problem is we've gone ass crazy with taxes. And, years ago, we didn't even have to pay federal income tax. But the government wanted more money and needed more money because they mismanaged the government budget. They needed to take it from us. So basically, they're stealing our hard-earned money, I feel, and using it. So that's kind of what taxes are. I hope that helps. It's not fair, but it's the system. And if you don't pay your taxes, I promise you, they will come and find you. So no matter what you do, you got to pay your taxes. Signal, Brother David, yes. Thank you. Just answered my assignment. Nice, good. Happy to help. Happy to help. But it was designed, besides my rhetoric, it was designed for the way the people to contribute to the betterment of the communities. That's what a tax was. We were all supposed to chip in and make our world better collectively. The problem is it's misused a lot. Singles is better now? Okay, good, Pat. Good. Do you think we should have a political or economic reform to avoid misuse? Well, I think we're doing it. I do. I think we need to have 1,000% accountability. I think everything ought to be public and everything should be documented and driven down to the penny. I don't like the fact that they can't find all of this money, that they've given themselves money by playing a shell game. In business, if my business was going to purchase this pair of scissors, I need to do a purchase request. I need to source it. I need to get a price. I need to pay a check. I need to have a canceled check to show where I paid that invoice. I have all of the documentation showing where my $5, I just bought these, my new fishing scissors for $5. If we can do it, if we can show where every penny of our business went, why can't the government? Gus is in the house and hello, Pat. So I think there needs to be a complete reform. One, I think we ought to quit paying a federal income tax. I don't think it's necessary. I think it's punishment and greed. I don't think the government should have the power like they do at all. I just don't. I'm one of those people that I do believe communities need to take care of communities. The federal government needs to get out of the way in some cases. When did it start? I can Google it. God, wasn't it in the 50s? Let me Google that. Uh, 1913. February the 3rd, federal income tax in the United States officially established February the 3rd in 1913. So 112 years. So they made a lot of money in 112 years from us, right? Because we don't get a say in what I don't like is they take our money, but we don't get a say in what happens to it. We should have the right to say, wait a minute, we don't want you to send $10 million to Ethiopia to teach them how to be transgender. We don't want that. We don't want you to build a brand new federal building. We don't want to build this. We should have a say in what happens to our own money, and we don't. They're taking about getting rid of the state tax. They're nice. In Georgia, good. They did it in Mississippi recently, Florida and Texas, of course. I'm talking about the state income tax. So it's spreading. I think Oregon doesn't have it. There's 5 or 6 states, 7 states, I think now, that doesn't have state income tax. The problem is this, is they got to get the money from somewhere. It's kind of like, Florida has gone through this. They don't have state income tax, but their property tax is sky high, so much so that people loses their homes, right? So what Florida is saying now, wait a minute, we shouldn't do that. It's not right for us to be taxing a homeowner on something they own, and it's not. And I know like in Texas, for instance, property tax is pretty high in Texas. So they don't pay state income tax, but they get you through property tax. Tim's, when did they start? I don't know. I can Google it, Tim. I would have thought they did it day one after forming the government. I think we've always, when did, let's see what, 1812. 1812, Tim. It was in response to a disaster relief in Venezuela after a massive earthquake. That's when we first started. So, hope that helps. Maria is still there hanging out with us. Thank you, Maria. And thank you for being a member, by the way. Thanking you being an all-star. We appreciate that. We do indeed. So yeah, there you go. That's kind of what it is. But that's what chaps me is we don't get a vote, a say in what we do with our own money. And that shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. But we can't do anything about it. We just can't. And I don't care who's in office. There's corruption everywhere. And, it's still from the poor to give to the rich in America. And that's just the way it is. I don't understand how you get elected to office and you have a net worth of a couple $100,000, and within 10 years you're worth 25, 30, 40 million dollars. How in the hell does that happen? It happens because of kickbacks and sending money to this group who sends you money for speaking at their engagement. So they get the government convinced, we're going to give $1 million to David's taco shop because he likes tacos. So they're going to give me $1 billion because I'm going to spread the word about how great tacos are, right? Well, I give that money to the politicians who voted for it because I say, oh, great, why don't you come and be a guest speaker at my conference and I'll give you a couple $1 million. That's how it works. It's a scam. There's no corruption, corrupt politicians. Just ask them, right? Seek for the truth. I don't think there is a list, guys. I really don't. I don't think there's anything else out there. I don't think I don't think he had a black book. What is the list? And that's a great question because I sit here and go, what list are you talking about? Do you think there's a hidden top secret list of everybody that came to his tropical island and did bad things with dogs and cats and people? Do you think there's a list? There's not a list. There's nothing out there. So the government gave money to other countries for 100 years without having an income. Yes. Yes. But now they need our money to do it, right? Absolutely. But what list? The list is already out there. We already know everybody who knew Epstein. We already have records of everybody who went to a stupid island. I mean, what's missing? I don't know what people think is missing. Is there like hidden videotapes of people doing really bad things like Diddy did? Well, where are the hidden tapes then? But they're not. They keep saying there's a list. There's a list. Hell, I'll make a list. I can make an Epstein list and put it out there and say, well, here's the list I found. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make a short tomorrow. And I'll write down some names and say, look, I found the Epstein list. Here it is, everybody. Time to shut up. I just don't think there's a list. We all know who the creeps are. We already do. I wish they would. He's dead. He committed suicide. I wish people would just get over it. Because now they have just given more than the yes, yeah, right. But at least we're crawling some of that money back, which is a good thing. Now look, here's what I'm going to say. As somebody who taught in higher ed for 25 years at a junior college, not a big college like Harvard, I think what they're doing with Harvard is outstanding. There's no way that college needs billions upon billions of our dollar to run. That college charges enough in tuition that it can pay for itself. I promise you. It can have a business model. Those students pay so much money to attend there They don't need government. They don't need our funding at Harvard. And I absolutely believe this. Higher colleges, four-year schools do not need that kind of money at all. And we shouldn't give it to them. What we should do is invest in trade schools, without question. We need more skilled labor people. But why does a college, they don't need that, because they're living high on the hog. They're eating the top of the ears of the pig. They're so damn high on the hog that they're eating the tips of the pig ears. That's what that is. It's all pork. The list even had Prince Andrew of England on it. Lost Rolls title because of, yeah, see, the list is already out there. People go, oh, well, you were friends with Epstein, so you have to be one of the creepy ones. Bill Clinton went to the island. You know, a lot of people went to the island. But what do you, and I guess my follow-up to that is, what is the list going to do? So if I make up a list, if I do some research, and I check records, and I find everybody who went to the island, is that the list? So I get 25 names on here of celebrities and rich people like Jimmy Buffett and Bill Gates and Donald Trump and Bill Clinton and Joe Biden and everybody else on this list. And I go, okay, here's the list. What are you going to do with the list? The guy's dead. The statute of limitations, if there was any crimes committed, is long gone. What are you going to do with this list? But the list doesn't exist. It's an imaginary thing that people make up. But I can make one up. I think I'm going to do that this week. I'm going to sit down and make a list and say, here you go. They're getting billions while people still have to. Yeah, that's my point. They make enough revenue from tuition to cover their expenses. I promise you. I promise you. They don't need our support. And thank God we're taking the federal funding away. They need to put vocation schools back in. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I actually helped a couple of schools where we are. We have a couple of high schools. We have some science technology schools. But before I had to retire 11 years ago, we have a couple of small high schools that I actually helped them set that up. So, yeah, around here, we have some of that. But I agree, VOTEC needs to be a part of high school. It needs to be an extension of high school. Especially the bigger cities. You know, maybe not the little bitty towns, but the bigger cities should have a VOTEC at the high school. That way the students, while they're still graduating, can take that curriculum, move into being a welder, you know, electrician, a plumber, whatever it may be, a mason, master mason, and get their feet and going. I'm a big believer in that. I 1,000% agree with you and think that would be great. I really do. I'm big on that one. So I'm with you guys. But what are we going to do? All we can do is say what we're going to say and do what we're going to do and hope for the best. I think schools need to be more interactive, practice critical thinking. Yes, critical thinking skills. In science, that's one thing that we try to teach is critical thinking. The problem is everything else tells young people, don't do it. Don't critically think. Don't think for yourselves. Go to the internet and look it up or get the calculator out. So we're teaching our young people with the technology how not to critically think. So what we have to do, and we were doing this by the time I was retiring in science, we were making this shift from trying to learn ways of getting students to use critical thinking and technology in the field of science and mathematics. So we were in the infancy of that. I don't know where it is now or anything, but people were starting to go, oh yeah, we can use the technology, take advantage of what the kids already know, and mix that up with critical thinking skills. Because as I took it when I was in high school, see? Pat likes it, teach welding, plumbing, mechanical, yeah. Drafting, blueprint reading, all of that stuff. You know how much money you can make if you can read a damn blueprint? You know, you can become a foreman on a job site like you can't believe if you can just read a blueprint. You know, project management. You don't need a degree to be a project manager or a product manager. There's two fields that I recommend. Project management, you can learn it all yourself, take the course, pass the test, boom, no college needed. Product management, Same thing. A lot of cyber technology. You don't need a college degree for that. You can learn it all online. You can do it yourself. So that's what I think. I agree with all of you guys. So I don't know. But what are we going to do? All we can do is do the best we can, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to wind this down. It's been a great live stream. We've had a really good one the last few times. So I appreciate everybody coming in. We got almost 30 thumbs up. So if anybody hasn't done that yet, please do that. And I'm going to get off of here, feed my dog, because I can tell she's over there going, It's time for her to have her evening meal. And then I'm going to try to get adjusted and go do my e-bike ride. I'm trying to get a little bit of exercise. Now, I got to admit, I don't get a lot of exercise on the e-bike because it's really easy, right? But I'm trying. It's better than sitting here doing nothing. So, but we appreciate everybody. We'll be back on this week sometime, I'm sure. Thank you all for recognizing my brand new beautiful shirt that I only paid like $7.99. So, management is the same regardless of the product or service. It is. It is. But Tim, the big thing is, it's like, a lot of companies have taken project management and said, no, we don't want you to be a project manager. You're going to be the manager of Gatorade for Walmart. So you're going to manage Gatorade. And Gatorade has these people going. They're going to be a project manager of this new flavor, which is Glacier Freeze. So they're dedicating them to only doing one product versus a whole process. But you're right. Everybody, thank you again. We appreciate y'all. Everybody stay safe. And if you need me, you know where to find me. We'll take care of you. Thanks again, Christoph, sorry. Appreciate you. Come back anytime.